Yeah, that is entirely too long.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kevin MacLeod for his awesome song that from Incompetech.com that opened the show.
That we're
Yes.
going to be replacing with some shit that I made
Yeah,
coming
Frank's
soon.
going willy willy willy.
Yeah, it's just going to be like 30 seconds of Willy wah, Willy, Willy wah. Wah, soda, wiener.
The guitar equivalent of I have a talking penis. Anyway, nothing.
So anyway, welcome back to what we're calling TNT.
It's dynamite.
TNT? Ah!
How many people remember that, man? Because we joked that was on when we were in high school. So there's people listening to this that weren't even alive.
Who are you kidding?
Yeah.
No one
Is
listens to
TNT
this.
still around, or is it spiked now?
No, that's its own thing, because where they play basketball. And Spike does UFC.
How's that basketball thing?
You're thinking Sweet Georgia Brown. That's the theme to the Harlem Globetrotters.
I forget, what did Spike used to be before it was Spike? Because it wasn't it like
G4,
another
isn't
channel?
Maybe, was it G4?
Yeah,
that's a game.
No,
That's
G4
a
turned
game
into
channel.
G4 turned into Esquire Network.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know, man. TV networks are
Esquire.
weird. I realized after I was watching a lot of HGTV, I'm like, Home and Garden, that makes sense. I'm like, do any other magazines have their own channel? Then I was like, wait. And I realized there's the Outdoor Network by Field and Stream. It's like, I'm like, well, National Geographic has a channel, why not?
Well, so anyway, we're working on we're gonna have a new logo coming soon. I was showing Ian today some rough drafts. We're doing, since we decided to call it TNT for the time being, I decided to make a little throwback logo, kind of like TNT was in the '90s when
Is that
we
kind
were-
of like how South Park has the Braniff, the old airline logo, as their logo? I mean, their teaser, because their company's Braniff Productions or whatever.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But anyway, so
I was
that-
just thinking about doing, for the logo though, I was thinking about doing something like, trying to incorporate maybe like for pictures in the background or something, maybe have it be like a microphone, like a world globe for, you know,
Oh,
like
like
news,
Peter's World?
and then like,
I
you know,
can
like
do
question marks for the trivia and stuff.
I can do really anything. I just threw something out today to Ian to say, well, here's what the hell I can do to prove that I'm not just saying shit, that I have picture editing software on my computer, and I'm a high functioning retard.
Oh,
Franklin.
no, that was, you did a good job, man. That was pretty good.
You make colors, good boy.
We should do a segment on the show where Ian teaches Frank graphic design, because I know Photoshop and I know how to make stuff look good, but I don't know. Like, you've been doing like the business card design stuff for your mom and other stuff, and you've done stuff for the other parts of your family, so it's like, like, I don't know. Like, you took graphic design classes. I took intro to computer graphic kind of, classes.
Well, really, graphic design is mostly about utilization of space and proportions of spaces and
utilization of space. I do that.
Yeah.
Nobody, come on.
Waste space.
Yeah, you're a waste of space.
I was saying I take up space. I was giving you the perfect room to join in on a zinger, but then you had to go and try something else. So whatever.
No, that's actually out from my sign painting, pinstriping thing. There's a book about layout and design that I really want to get for helping you realize how to orient stuff. Because laying stuff out incorrectly actually makes stuff look very unprofessional, and you could spot an amateur sign or a billboard from far away. Look at that fucking thing. That guy didn't know what he was doing. So, I mean, it doesn't look like a total retard did it. So, it was just something I did easy to practice.
Yeah. I was gonna say you should pinstripe that when you're done with the final draft.
Pinstripe the logo for the show. That's what we need.
Yeah.
Trouble with the theme song for the show. I have free software because I do everything. I'm doing everything legit this time. I got a
too legit to quit.
He's too legit
to
quit.
He's got Windows 10. He's afraid to pirate it.
No. Well, I have software.
Did you get rid of all that spy shit?
I did the Barnacules when he
You did
installed
it
Windows
step by
10.
step.
Yeah, I went
Step by
and
step.
Win did it his way. So
I'm
I have
sorry. I'm just theme songs just flow into my head when you say words. I'm an
Thank-
associated machine here.
okay, Ben. Anyway, no one's listening to you. So I got all this little software to make videos and pictures, and I was working on audio because I have Audacity, and I have several amp simulators because I have guitar, bass, and I can do midis and stuff. I just this thing is about content creation, and I haven't really even touched the surface really. So a lot of online tutorials in my future, a lot of YouTube videos at late, early in the morning. Yeah, so that's how you do that. Okay. Um, but anyway, that's coming in the future months. You have my
year 2000.
when I have a new logo for the show, it'll be a fucking like a paper plate snowman with cotton balls glued on it. Look, isn't it pretty, boys?
You'll have the shoebox with cotton balls in it and the little snowman in the back.
Yeah, that's what
So-
we should do for a logo is just have you do something on cardboard, and then we'll hold that up for the logo
Yeah.
thumbnail.
Everybody be proud of him.
It'll look like something on Cartoon Network or something. How they always have oh, look at that little thing. Someone actually made that. Look at that. And it's like 2 seconds.
It's
But anyway.
stickly.
So now to
Now,
play catch
unlike
up.
other shows, we decided to have this be a process actually starting the show after we start it.
Yeah, we don't know what the fuck we're doing, so you're gonna see us fall flat on our faces here.
This is what happens when Ben doesn't hold everything up.
When you let the retards have the wheel, what happens? So what's everyone been up to right now? What's Ian been doing?
Not much. Still working on some coding. I did get some. Let me switch here. I ordered some things. I got a new case for my phone here.
Ooh,
Nice and hard.
That's what she said.
I also got this thing that's good for textures. Taking a little, like remote toggle thing to take the picture with, so I could
Oh,
I could hold it like this and take a texture to the ground and be like, whoosh, whoosh. And then I got this. Check this thumb drive out. I was wanting to get a thumb drive for my dad. And so I got him one, and I got myself one. It's 128 gigs in this little thumb drive here.
Wow.
He's
Yeah.
got the whole world
Is it
in
like
his thumb.
is it verified that that's really what it is too?
Yeah,
Okay.
I checked it and everything, man.
Because I bought a micro SD card for my phone, but it wasn't fucking real. And
Well, some stuff is bootleg like that, and they change the number in the thing, or they change
Yeah.
it. They either
Put it in the
list it
sky.
fake. Well, some people fake it in the ad. Some people they change it in the software, but it's actually only stored so much, but it reads as one thing. And then other times your computer can't access all the space on it. Like, that was a thing when people were like, "Oh, I'm gonna start adding all this memory," and it's like, well, the certain operating systems can only go up to 4 gigabytes of space. But so.
Well, I think for the most thumb drives and SD cards come pre-formatted, as the FAT32 or whatever, which I think it enables you can't copy over things that are larger than 4 gigs. You can store all the space on it. It's just you can't copy over a 5 gig file.
Yeah.
Well, that micro SD card I have, if you go to put more than one little file on it, it'll go, oh, sorry, it'll act like you disconnected it, even if it's just a couple pictures.
Oh,
not
no, I
even
timed
big
out.
file. But that's cool.
You
What
gotta
else
watch
you been
out
up
for
to?
those. You gotta watch out for those scams because I was looking for they have 256 gigabyte thumb drives. Those are a couple $100, and maybe they have some 512s, but those are gonna be hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, we don't want that.
The ones that say $50 or something like that for that shit, I'm sure it's a fake. But yeah, not up to too much else myself. What about you, Frank? You've been doing music and
Yeah,
logo design today or this weekend.
yeah. This weekend I was working. It was more or less just audio recording and picture editing, photo editing, or whatever, and still a lot of Fallout 4 yet. I've been sitting up, trying to level up my character, get up there, do some stuff, uh, and I've been downloading my games from the last Steam sale because they're so large.
That's what she said.
Well, 30 gig games will take a whole damn day to download, so you queue it up and go to sleep. You wake up, okay, it's done. Now to the next one. You go back to sleep.
I downloaded the GTA that was like 60 gigs. That took me, like a few hours only though.
Yeah, but you don't have like 3 up. You don't have 3 down and 1 up.
You have less than point. I thought it said it was like 0.2 or something up. Something like that.
I don't know, but it was funny. But so yeah, that's what I was doing. A lot of creative stuff, playing with stuff, literally playing stuff. Benjamin, what have you been up to?
He said playing with stuff.
That's right.
Just checking it. Me?
That's all you get. You're just checking it.
Well, this weekend, I don't know. I've been doodling more because I've been.
You've been doodling with your noodle?
No, Ian. I've been doodling more with Mischief because I've been trying to get in the practice of just drawing, A, for fun, and B, to see what I can make and practice and all that stuff. So I've been doodling out in Mischief, which is I think I've told you about this before, that infinite canvas program where you can draw and then just move it over and draw some more, and then you can zoom out and it. Yes, Franklin?
Is it free?
There is a free version available.
Hold on, wait a minute. Chrome. Browse. Okay, what's this website, Ben?
I think it's made with Mischief. Just Google Mischief art and you'll find it. It's a very good program. I mean, there's still minor things I do. Like they have a marquee tool, but there's no lasso marquee, so it's like, well, that, but it's designed for the brainstorming part where you doodle and you can do layers and you can zoom in and out. The paid version offers a few extras, I think, maybe better tools, and you can also set pins. So basically, you can draw something, zoom way out, and draw something else, and save that as a pin, and that way you can snap between it. Yes, Franklin?
Okay, I'm about to download, and it says Windows 7 and 8. I have 10.
Well,
usually they're
10 should be able to open an 8.
it should be able to open it. I think they just have usually when they only have earlier OSs listed, it's because they didn't update the.
Well, those are like for
legacy
people that can't get other machines and stuff. So I think it should run. I mean,
they probably haven't updated the thing to say what it can run for or whatever. So
yeah. I mean, it's a good program. I recommend trying it out because if you want to just sit and noodle and make stuff, and then you're like,
noodle.
Yeah, you
noodle.
can. That's what I do because I like to draw on a loose sheet of paper on a clipboard in my lap. And you know how that is? You draw a figure and he's standing up, and then you get to the bottom of the page and there's his feet going off the page, and you're like, dang, nabbit. You don't do that in this program because you can just zoom out and it's bigger and move it around. And then you can zoom into stuff and draw stuff all tiny. It's a fun program to doodle in. So that's what I've mostly been doing. I've also been figuring out some stuff I'm going to put together for my demo reel for some stuff. So, they updated Harmony to Harmony 14. I believe they skipped 13. They were doing a Windows with that. I don't know. I don't know if they just skipped it because it was unlucky or what. A lot of people were like, oh, they're going to call it like Harmony 2016 or something. No, it's just Harmony 14. So they added some new features. So still need to try those out.
I think it'd be funny for that program that you doodle with if the free version, it had ads on it where like there's an ad every time you go to a new space or a blank space.
I've seen ads. I've seen programs like that, and it's.
I've got a blank space, baby. I'll write your name.
Yeah, I recommend try it out though, Frank. It's a good program to doodle in, especially if you got a tablet, because you just draw and draw and draw, and it's like I just find myself for like a couple hours sitting there going, I'm drawing faces, drawing figures, just drawing, which is what you want to do.
Yeah, I'm surprised, Frank, you. I know I'm gonna go back to the pinstriping or whatever, but I'm surprised you haven't decided to invest in something like a Cintiq, because you could probably that'd be a good way of doing shit digitally, I guess.
Well, yeah, there's reason for that.
Tuning a radio?
No,
Oh, tweaking the stripper's nipple? Okay.
making it
Well,
rain.
both involves money.
Yeah,
Both
no.
reasons, I'm sure.
I would like to. That's why I was the last couple episodes. I was actually asking Ben how much his setup cost him for his travel setup, because it's a comparable product. He loaned me / gave whatever his.
I didn't give nothing. I loaned.
You forgot you even had it.
No,
That,
I didn't forget I had it. Trust me. You don't buy
Ben's
something
like-
like that, forget it.
Ben's
no,
got like inventory on everything.
Yeah, his his little what is
The
that
old
thing?
Graphire I'd had, which is they don't make those anymore. It's the smaller basic tablet, which now I would believe they'd call it a Bamboo Fun. I think it's a wireless one now, something like that. Which is the starter tablet, which it comes with it came with Photoshop
Oh.
elements and some other stuff.
Oh,
What?
it opened stuff on another screen I wasn't expecting.
Okay.
That was interruption worthy.
But yeah, Mischief's an interesting program because you can change the opacity of the screen. So like you can set it on top of a picture and draw through it like tracing paper. So
Okay,
you'd like it. It's cool.
yeah, I'll just I'm just I'm just a panda bear.
But
By the way, I finally found Doug on the invite list there, so I sent him an invite too.
great. Well, I guess I better start reviewing Ghostbusters before he gets in here then.
So yeah, I gotta look at you with a straight face. Do you seriously like that movie, Ben?
Oh, I didn't just like it. It was real fun. Yeah. You're like, sure you liked it. When they replaced your brain with cantaloupes.
That's right. Cheetos up in there. Yeah, no.
What, Frank?
Okay, let me ask. Okay, so did the characters mesh well together?
Yes, they did.
They had good chemistry.
Yes, they did.
How was the writing?
It was fun.
Did
A little goofy at times, but I wouldn't say it much goofier than the original was.
Were the
I mean-
special effects like inside of a computer, or did any of it at any point look real?
Well, I mean, they had practical stuff like slime and stuff flying around. Like there was stuff on set when they had stuff, explode and stuff like that. I wasn't worried about the effects. I mean, so
Was every
Yeah,
man an asshole?
it wasn't a Lifetime movie. I don't know why people are like, dude, every man in this is either a loser or some scumbag. I'm like, have you guys ever watched a Lifetime movie? Like, it was not that.
What about
I was gonna ask, for as far as the practical effects, did they use like a lot of neon lights and stuff? You think for the ghosts? They look like neon signs.
I don't know if there was neon line. There's a lot of blue lights and stuff because like all the tech stuff had like how like computer cases and crap have those glow lights to make everything look all cool. That's how a lot of stuff looked. I enjoyed it. It's fun time.
okay,
I recommend you check it out, Frank.
yeah, I won't be doing that. Okay, so
Frank, they invent a wood chipper that chips ghosts. Okay? They invent a thing you can strap to your hand and punch ghosts with.
hold on. So they actually kill ghosts though?
Well,
I thought-
run it
I
through the
thought
shredder.
the original proton packs were supposedly just for containment while they put them in traps.
Actually, Frank, the proton packs are what wrestle around and grab the ghost, but the traps are what actually contains them. Yes, there are traps in this movie. There's also ghost grenades. There's
punch
also
him around with that fist thing Ben was talking about. Punch him towards the ghost trap. How about that?
you get in fights with that. There's also the one chick she's the inventor of the group, so she makes these pistols that shoot proton beams and just
Is that the one that licks the thing?
yeah.
What? Is that why you liked it, Ben?
Franklin.
Okay, out of 10, Benjamin, out of
Yes?
10, what is this movie?
For you or for me?
For you, because I have not seen it.
For me, I'd put it up at like high 8 or 9. It wasn't a perfect 10, but I had a good time. Like I went in with no expectations. I watched it, and as everything was going, the characters were meshing and the story worked, and then some of the gags really made me laugh pretty hard. And as the action revved up, I was sitting there going, you know what? I like this movie. It didn't mess up. I liked it.
Wasn't that kind of the problem though? You went in without any kind of bar to set or anything?
No, I went in saying let it do what it will. If I like it, I'll like it. If I don't like it, I won't like it. But I sat there and I let it do its thing. I didn't go in going, oh, I want this to be good, or oh, this is gonna suck. Because I think that's what people did. I think the people that don't want to like this movie are going in looking for stuff to hate. And there's a lot of good in this movie.
Well,
I mean, you can't totally blame everybody for wanting a remake of an epic movie to want to be epic also.
Well, it's good. I wouldn't really consider it a remake such as another. I mean, roughly it's the start of the Ghostbusters. That's what it is. But I mean, they're not Ray, Egon, Venkman. They're not those guys.
is it a reboot where they totally change it up?
I mean, really, the things that are similar are that there's 4 of them. They are the Ghostbusters. They have the same logo, but this is that world. It's fine.
So it's an alternate universe where these chicks do it instead of, and they do it in. Does this take place in 2016 or the 1980s?
It's current day.
Okay, so it's a different universe where girls in 2016 are what the Ghostbusters were in the 1980s.
Sort of. I mean, they show them in at the college level. One of them was a professor at Columbia, and others at this other place, and there's history with them and stuff, and they're investigating it. It works.
I don't have high expectations. I don't plan on seeing it. If someone drags me to it, I won't run out kicking and screaming.
I'll tell you right now, Frank. That's I don't agree with that attitude because it's not a put up with movie. I enjoyed it. I mean,
well, if you take me to it and buy me some ecto coolers, I'll go.
Yeah, but I don't care about impressing you that much.
Oh,
I mean, if you want to say, go ahead. It's a good movie.
I don't want to. I want to see it now.
You know what'll happen is in like 5 years, you'll watch it on some night and you go, "Oh man, I wish I'd seen it on the big screen. This is actually a good movie."
Nah.
I mean, you've done that before, where you come up to me and go, "Okay, man, you're right. That was a cool thing you showed me. I'm sorry."
Okay, let me ask you, Ben.
Go ahead.
How is it going from Ghostbusters 1, which is like a gritty, realistic movie about them trying to catch ghosts, I mean, about as realistic as you could get for something like that, to straight up like neon ghosts and stuff?
Well, I mean, the thing is, if you want to start comparing the Ghostbusters movies, Ghostbusters 1 and Ghostbusters 2 are different films, One was, what was that one rated? Was it rated PG something? Because the second one is very much a kid's movie. They don't smoke in it, they don't curse as much, and, stuff like that.
The thing I heard most people complain about, is that this movie, they're in on the joke. The first one worked because they weren't in on it.
So you're asking if they play it straight or if they're in? I'd say for the most part the main characters are
including the black woman.
Yes, Frank.
The loud stereotypical black woman.
You mean Patty?
Yes.
For one, she doesn't say that in the movie. She does talk up the talk up the hearse, but she doesn't say that. They were concerned with some of the feedback they got from the trailer, so there's stuff that that was in some of the trailers or other footage that's not in the actual movie, and they added. I think they might have added some stuff, but I like what they did with her character because she's actually involved with being a Ghostbuster. Because Winston in the original movie, Ernie Hudson, he wanted to do the film because that character had some backstory, and he was going to come in and be part of it from the beginning. And right before they started filming, they rewrote it to where he came in and said, "There's a steady paycheck, and I'll believe whatever you guys want," that kind of thing. And that's not who the character was. That's not what he liked. And in this one, she's part of it because she sees a ghost. She goes up to them for help, and then she starts showing up, going, "I'm gonna be part of the team," and they're like, "All right." So
enough of the Ghostbusters 2016 review.
I'm just saying though that for the most part the main characters are they're characters. They're not just actors playing characters. You feel their personality. One of them has a talk about how they got into ghostbusting and why, and there are people that are just having a good old time in the movie, but they're also good actors like Chris Hemsworth playing the secretary. Oh man, he was one of my favorite parts. He's great.
That's what a lot of people say. They said they like him.
See, if you want somebody who's in it just having fun, but he's also really good at his role too, like they let him shine in that. I like it. Oh man. Go ahead, Ian.
Okay, yeah, I was just gonna say, I think it's probably just a minor thing. I probably wish they would have done was just not just call it just Ghostbusters, trying to replace the first Ghostbusters. If they would have wanted to do Ghostbusters and then, like how the Ninja Turtles they do Out of the Shadows or something, they should have added a separate thing in there.
It's not that they're replacing the Ghostbusters; it's that they're kickstarting a whole new franchise with it. Because the first thing you see on screen is Ghost Corps, so it's. And then later it says, the logo for Ghostbusters comes in and the thing. So it's this is part of the thing. This is the setup. And then I'm sure we're going to, the video games that are out now don't have anybody from the movie, right? They're all other Ghostbusters from franchisees or whatever. So we're going to see some more of those, I'm sure.
Well, if they do it mixed where it's different characters and stuff, because I mean, I would, when I was watching the original Ghostbusters and stuff back in the day, I would have thought, I was thinking they would be, I was hoping that they'd eventually do a girl in the Ghostbusters or something. I think
like Janine and the others.
Yeah, I think it would be cool to do a mixed thing where it shouldn't be one or the other,
Well, I mean that's what people are saying. Originally, Chris Pratt and who's the guy from 21 Jump Street?
Channing Tatum.
Yeah. Originally, he was Channing Tatum was sitting out emails to Sony and going, "Hey, we need to do a Ghostbuster movie with me and Chris Pratt. It's going to be awesome." And it's that might be a sequel. I don't know if a sequel, but a spinoff. They might do other movies, just like how Star Wars is doing main story stuff and then side movies. I wouldn't be opposed to that. If they did a whole other TV show, I wouldn't be opposed to that. I think this is a good way to kick it off. There's a lot of potential. You could have different areas. You could have an all different country, all different cast. You could have the PJs of Ghostbusters. You could have the Chinese Ghostbusters. You could have, there's potential for all kinds of awesome stuff in there.
Okay, so
let me ask you, Ben. Sorry, Frank. Let me ask you what's the just so we get this straight. What's the demographic and what's really the genre of this? I guess is this pretty much mostly comedy and stuff, or?
I'd say it's mostly comedy, a little bit of action, especially when they start fighting the ghosts, and it's sci-fi-ish because they've got all these gadgets, the proton packs and stuff like that. There's some, I don't know how. I kind of wish the ghosts would be a little bit creepier at times, but it was still interesting when they would pop up. So,
was there any Was there a main bad guy and
yes.
a demon or something?
No, there was a main bad guy, but I'm not going to tell you anything about it because I don't want to spoil it if you actually see the movie.
Was there any demons?
I I don't think there were. Well, no, there were winged creatures and stuff that could have. There was a rock concert scene where you see a ghost with who looks like a dragon or Satan, and it's pretty funny, But
Is this supposed to be for like kids and stuff, or?
There were kids there, but I think adults like one of the. Here's the thing, Frank. You remember in Ghostbusters 2 where they've got that judge who's going all mad, and all of a sudden that slime, these ghosts pop out and they're in electric chairs? You remember those, right? The Scalera brothers?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's a ghost with, it's got, it's...
Oh my god, it's Scalera brothers.
Yeah, there's...
Give him a chair, trying for murder.
Yeah, there's one of those guys. Like, I don't know if it's a Scalera brother, but there's a guy in a striped suit, and he's strapped in, and he's got the thing on top of his head, and he's got bolts floating around. He's got these glowing red eyes and stuff. I was like, okay, yeah, I appreciate that they go back and they throw in that kind of imagery, because that's, I mean, that stuff. It's not totally, it's not a boogeyman creepy. It's not as freaky as that stuff, but it's still like, yeah, there's some threats that if I saw that in the subway, I would freak out too.
Okay.
So is this movie? It's pretty much like a Danny Phantom type thing, huh?
No, I'm saying if you liked it, I think some people are saying that it's better than the second one, but not as good as the original. I could kind of see that. I'd say it's a fun movie, kind of like more how like Evil Dead, Army of Darkness is more of an action movie than comedy than the original Evil Deads. It's like, it's kind of like that. They know that there's a lot of fun to have, and I'm kind of glad for that, because the original Ghostbusters, even though it had some good quotes, it wasn't always a rapid fire. There's a lot of downtime at times. You have the good bits, and then you have this. This is when every bit of exchange of dialogue was really snappy and worked, I think.
Well, for me, it's kind of hard for me because like the second one, I think I like just as much as probably more than the first one because it was a little bit more fun and like you had different things with it. No,
I mean that's why I think you might like this one because it's fun and a lot of snappy back and forth dialogue. Really, what made Ghostbusters the first movie work was the chemistry between the guys and how they all played off of each other. And I think there's that chemistry there with all four of the leading ladies. So, and Kevin. Man.
Okay, can we talk about something else now?
Yeah. Do you want to get in the news now, Fred?
Please, yes.
Okay.
We spent a half hour on this fucking movie I'm not going to see.
You should, Frank. Just because James Rolfe told you not to see it.
You'll see it.
Just because James Rolfe told you to see it because he's not to see it because he's not gonna see it, doesn't mean that you shouldn't see it. Because I recommend seeing it and judging for yourself. I mean, unless you're afraid of some ghost.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts. Anyways, I do want to get some Ecto Cooler though. That would be nice.
I had some, but they got it now where you can only get one case at a time.
I saw a guy on Twitter who was pouring some booze into his. It's like, come on, man, bad life choices.
No, I bought some Juicy Juice to try and cope until I could get some more.
You should give me
What?
Oh no, Ian's possessed.
Some Hawaiian punch.
What the hell?
Ian, you're giving like a reverse feedback thing, and I think your head's gonna start spinning, and I'm gonna have to get my proton pack out, and
Can you hear me?
Yeah. You can hear you, Ian, but you got a creepy thing going on with your.
Yeah, you sound like shit.
Ian is possessed by the devil.
Oh no.
The devil is a liar.
Oh no.
Well, Frank, I really did appreciate what they did with Patty's character, though, because you know how it is in those movies when the black character comes in and they're like, oh, I know the streets, I know the town, and it's like usually that's code for I've been around, and they don't really contribute anything. In this one, she actually knows the history of the areas that are being haunted. She's like, oh yeah, that place, yeah, a lot of people died there, that kind of thing. It's like all right, she's actually contributing. I like this. This is very. It's
See,
nice.
when you say a fun movie, I think like Guardians of the Galaxy. That was a fun movie.
I'm gonna say I might like it a little bit more than Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, I think it's a good fun movie. That it's not. I mean, as to how much you'll forget about it afterwards, I don't know. I really like the characters, and I'd really like to see more of them later. So, I mean, Ultimate, man, she's awesome.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what was going on.
Yeah, I don't either. All right, we're gonna do some trivia or news.
Let's start some news.
Talk.
The news with Ian and Frank and Ben.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters!
Yeah, as long as it doesn't turn into the goddamn Ghostbusters show, I'll be fine.
Oh, guess what? We got some Ghostbuster news, right?
I'm out. Peace.
Go ahead, Ian. Tell us about our stories.
Okay, here. You guys want another update on the Valve here?
Yeah, go ahead.
Psst. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Tell us about the Valve.
Okay, Valve says it's going after gambling sites that use Steam.
Oh.
Counter-Strike,
Just shutting
CO
people
gambling. Yeah. The CSGO gambling sites asked to cease operations. Valve is cracking down on third-party websites that use Steam to facilitate gambling, the company said in a statement today. Valve's announcement that it will begin sending cease and desist notices to such sites comes after weeks of controversy in the CSGO Counter-Strike Global Offensive community surrounding several popular item gambling services. Using the OpenID API and making the what's this? Same I couldn't read it. Same web causes Steam users to run a gambling business is not allowed by our API nor our user agreements. Valve's Craig Johnson said in a statement, "We are going to start sending notices to these sites requesting they cease operations through Steam and further pursue the matter as necessary. Users should probably consider this information as they manage their in-game item inventory and trade activity." Yeah.
When asked about why they made such a decision, they said, well, we heard this podcast talk about us, so we said, hey, we can't let those guys smack talk us. They said their name was TNT or something. I don't know.
Yeah. It says since then, a number of gambling sites started leveraging the Steam trading system, and there's been some false assumptions about our involvement with these sites. Valve said, "We'd like to clarify that we have no business relationships with any of these sites. We have never received any revenue from them, and Steam does not have a system for turning in-game items into real-world currency," quote unquote. Sites like CSGO Lotto, CSGO Lounge, and CSGO Diamonds have recently come under fire thanks to a lawsuit filed by a player against the owner of these sites and Valve Corporation. The suit alleges that Valve was complicit in creating, sustaining, and facilitating a market allowing players, including minors, to get weapon skins in CSGO. Prior to their inclusion in the lawsuit, the owner and vice president of CSGO Lotto, popular YouTubers Trevor T. Martin, and Tom Syndicate Kozel, respectively, were exposed in having promoted their website without disclosing their business involvement Others have since admitted to having similar relationships and sponsorships with CSGO sites that were not stated outright in seeming violation of Federal Trade Commission guidelines. But Valve has been staying quiet about its involvement in the suit until now, with some critics calling out the company for its silence. How Valve's plan to shut down betting sites that use the in-game trading feature on Steam will affect the lawsuit is not yet known. So that they haven't gone over after him yet, but they're like, we're gonna get you.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, this is what we were talking about before, that as long as they're not just being complacent with it and that they're actually saying, hey, if this is potentially illegal activity, we can't let you guys be doing this. So, yeah, that's all I really asked for when we talked about this hour before. How about you, Frank?
I don't give a fuck.
Well, we were wrong though in that they had no cooperation, quote unquote, I guess.
Well, they said they had no business relationship. That's different than cooperation. They could have given them tech support because anybody using their IP or whatever, for stuff they could do that. But saying they have a business relationship and stuff like that is a little bit different. So
yeah,
don't give a fuck.
Oh, come on, Frank. What you gotta have?
Don't care.
You gotta.
Don't give a flying fuck.
You're not gonna gloat a little bit that they didn't have any business relationship.
Even if they did, I don't care.
Well, Frank, I think you would care if, like, say, the next patch of Fallout, that there's all kinds of security things to keep people from trading things for cash, and all of a sudden there's some DRM problem you're gonna run into. But
no, I didn't care if they gave them the okay to gamble with CS:GO skins. Don't give a fuck about that. I do give a fuck about people making a stink about it because it's a waste of time and effort.
You think $7 billion global is a waste of time and effort, Frank?
The war on drugs brought us more drugs. The war on terror brought us more terror. Let's have a war on sandwiches next.
No, Frank, I'm just saying, how would you feel if Al Qaeda was using this money to fund their attacks on our country? Are you saying you have a problem with stopping the funding of Al Qaeda?
What they do with their stolen money, I don't give a fuck.
Well, Frank, whatever. I don't care until it impacts me.
Frank's like, hey, let the suckers waste their money on some gambling.
I like skins. I like legendary items and shit. Just for stuff I'm into. I don't care about people selling it. Yeah, Frank, but that's what. If you don't care about how things are going on in the world you're in, your world doesn't just exist in a vacuum in a bubble, Frank. That if people are using the thing that you like for illicit purposes, and then they decide, well, we need to crack down on that, and then they put some sort of DRM in there, it's going to bother you. And then you're going to complain because you didn't get invested and say, well, we need to crack down on it this way so that you don't go and break it for me later.
They don't need to crack down on it at all.
$7 billion globally, Frank. They don't need to deal with that.
Nope. Okay.
You have $7 billion in the black market.
Did it come out of your money?
Well, I'm sorry, Frank, but if terrorists get it, yes, it will be out of my money because it'll be out of my ass!
The terrorists are watching this YouTube kid who's rubbing his nipples because he sold his CSGO channel. I don't give a fuck. It's all people paying for made-up things that don't exist. Who gives a fuck? Okay, next story.
Okay, well, this one is a little bit more.
Here we go.
News. You might be a little bit more interested.
Here we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't give a damn.
Yeah. Why some people have accused Bethesda of ripping off a mod for Fallout 4. You should care about this, Frank.
I do. I was waiting. Come on, give me the story. Give it up.
Okay. The tensions between the mining community and Bethesda continue to rise this week, with a prominent modder claiming that the developers took heavy inspiration from his Fallout New Vegas mod without giving him any credit. On October 15th, Baron von Schitu released a major Fallout Cheetah. Shitsu.
Whatever. Doesn't matter. None of this matters.
Released a major Fallout New Vegas mod called Autumn Leaves. There's a trailer for it, but Autumn Leaves is premise a group of wealthy men came together to build a library where history and culture could be preserved. The library was transformed into a vault where one man accidentally got trapped inside earlier than anticipated without any other inhabitants to keep him company. The man decided to build a cadre of robots. Yeah, blah, blah. It just talks about the thing. Fast forward to 2016, and Bethesda released a DLC add-on to Fallout 4 called For Harbor. Within it, there is a quest called Brain Dead that tests the player with solving a murder mystery within a hotel. And according to this Baron, this Baron guy, the similarities between this quest and Autumn Leaves are too strong to ignore. Both Brain Dead and Autumn Leaves feature a colorful cast of eccentric robots in charge of a forgotten vault where a strange murder happened, quote unquote. Baron wrote in a blog post. To back this claim up, Baron supplied a number of comparative screenshots that do indeed make the similarities seem uncanny. So here's this one here, and I got this here. So yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. I played through the Brain Dead last night and I spent a couple hours watching Let's Plays of Autumn Leaves as well. Based on what I've seen and played, the situation seems a bit more complex than what is present in the blog post. There are indeed similarities, but overtly both of the quests have enough differences that it would be easy for Bethesda to say it was all just a coincidence. For one, let's consider narrative rapper. Blah 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 blah.
So is he ripping? Are they ripping him off or no? Is what it comes down to, right?
Right.
Well, I mean, it's not an original idea. A murder mystery clue, fucking clue.
Well, I mean, technically the murder mystery isn't the part. He's complaining that they're using whimsical, robots in an abandoned vault or whatever, and it's like, well, to be fair, it's their world, and if you're alone, what are you going to have other than robots?
A guy writes a fan fiction, and then the fucking stuff that he wrote the fan fiction about uses something similar to his work, and he gets offended. It's their universe, guy. You're just modding it.
I mean, at the end, to be fair, you're going to hear a lot of modders say that they stole my idea. It's like, well, if they incorporated your ideas into the official thing, then I say, good for them. That's kind of what. Really, how much credit do you want to? I can understand if it's a big core. If they add functionality to the game and they wrap that in, that's something you should say. But if it's a storyline kind of thing,
As the Fallout aficionado of the group here,
the guy who's played a lot of it, yeah, okay, whatever, Frank, go on.
I'm gonna say that having not seen the mod, but having read this a little bit, you can't. I mean, of course, the player's gonna find a fucking vault with robots because there are only three characters that could survive this long. Ghouls, which are humans that have been irradiated, they age slowly, so they could be 200 years old. Robots, or super mutants that are not harmed by the radiation, but they don't live forever. And they're sterile. So, the only thing you would find that would still be around from, the fucking bomb is going to be some fucking robots. So, You're not going to find a butler that was alive 200 years before.
How about a frozen caveman?
Well, in the beginning of the Fallout 4, you're actually a frozen character, but there's only one vault that experiments. See, each vault has an experiment, and this vault didn't experiment with freezing.
Frozen caveman lawyer.
Well, here's a couple points though from the original video I watched. I really watched the video from it's called the No channel. It's just the No, but they said that in Bethesda's defense, they claimed that it was in production well before the DLC even came out, so that's one thing to consider. But also, I really I wanted to talk about the thing about like modders and stuff in general with this like games and stuff. One thing that I think shuts down legally with this is that you have to agree to the EULA that pretty much says that they have all the rights and stuff, whatever you use on their platform. So yeah.
Yeah, they could just make your mod crash and not fucking work at all. So
yeah,
it's a mod. You didn't actually make something. You can't make something and sell it of someone else's intellectual property.
Well, I remember when Minecraft got bought, Mojang got bought out by Microsoft, and a lot of modders were like, I'm taking my mod and I'm developing it into a full game. But you have to strip everything Minecraft away from it and then start again in a whole new engine. Because you can't just go, well, it's going to be all squares, right? Everybody's going to be blocky. And it's like, well,
right.
You have to move it out of the thing because it's a whole different thing. I mean, not like Mojang cares if you mod Minecraft. There's still plenty of mods, but, it is what it is. They can roll whatever you've done in and change it and do it better because that's what they do if they want to.
That's the reason they even want like official mods is because people have been making mods. They said, well, maybe we can take these and cash in on it. And
well, here's the question this guy says, of course, it raises some questions. Should modders get some recognition from the industry as far as compensation? How could these two dynamics, paid content and free creation, how should they be managed? What kind of acknowledgement should a big publisher give to small creators? What is the kind of acknowledgement they can afford?
Well, I mean, for example, if you run servers and you have people that are team players and design, challenges of the day or whatever, it's like you don't give them, you give them high profile ranking on the community server and maybe other places, but you don't thank them on the box of the game. It's like it's a matter of you're playing with the toys in their sand and you're an official, stand-in guy doing a thing, but it's like you're not the guy in the code, adding characters and features to the game because there's lots of levels to making a game. Features, mechanics, the story. I mean, you could just be a guy who's reskinning everything, and then when they put in a high texture skin, all of a sudden it's like they stole my idea of doing a higher res skin. It's like, well, I hate to tell you this.
Yeah. I mean, like some of the levels and stuff that people come up with for like Unreal Tournament and like Doom or something like it, they're pretty crazy. I mean, and they get like really popular and stuff. I mean, I guess it's a question like, should these people get anything? I guess,
Well, I mean, like I said before, if if there's leaderboards that promote like this guy's level and check out, like how Nintendo does it with the Mario Maker, and you make maps, and then people pass your map around or whatever. It's like that's a cool enough thing, and like there's the social network aspect of it. But it's like at the end of the day, no, Nintendo still owns that whole thing. They could shoot you down tonight.
Bethesda made the mods to where you have to be a member of their website, member of their culture and group to post the mods and then upload them from Bethesda.net or whatever it is. You can't even get the mods on Steam because, well, Steam had a fiasco previously. I don't remember the whole workshop thing. People, at first it was paid, and then people shit because they're like, no, I can install mods free. And then Steam said, no, we mean you can do it for free. And they just wanted to be able to give the people who make the mods credit and money, possibly. It's just that when they did that, people were uh, uploading other people's mods that they didn't own and getting the credit / money for. And
Well,
then,
people do the same with YouTube videos and whatnot.
Yeah.
You know.
But then Bethesda saw this and said, no, 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 no. This is our most popular game ever. We want that money and all that shit to come to us. So all the modding you have to do through them, which is very smart on their part. I totally understand it. And it's in-house, but not really. It's outsourced to a degree, the modding community. But it's a community that they're trying to operate it under one umbrella, if you will. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
But this guy says, on one side you have people who produce free content, sometimes with stellar quality without getting paid. He said in an interview. On the other side, you have a publisher who's clearly getting benefits from the strong modding community through regular addition of new free content to their game that doesn't overshadow their own productions. And last, we have players who are used to getting free content through the mods. How do we find a balance between the three? Clearly, modders are getting the short end of the stick with this, but they know that their content will be free from the first line of script written to the last. It's quite the conundrum, he said.
Yeah, I mean...
So.
Well, to be fair, if you're a modder that really likes making free stuff, but you want to start seeing some of it, start scripting, start writing, making your own content, because at the end of the day, unless the people that make the game want to give you a cut of it, they don't have to, and you should be using, if you think that your stuff is good enough to start making money with it, yeah, go ahead and make a game. That's part of how a lot of developers started as modders,
Well, I mean, if you're thinking up of like all these storylines and you're getting like crazy big with this thing, you could probably just as easily make it pretty generic and being able to have it fit with other games and engines and stuff where you
really, if the guy
lock down.
If the guy wants to make something big and get credit for it, go ahead and make your own.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it is Bethesda's fucking game he's modding to begin with. So he's messing with copyrighted work to begin with. If they don't have to pay you because you fucked with something and they said, yeah, I'll do that too. I mean,
well, on the flip side, couldn't you sell like the models and the textures? Like you could say, hey, this could be good, quote unquote, for this game, but you could use it for whatever you want and would just sell it on a separate site or something,
I don't know. I think that modding should be like end of life. Like the first playthrough, you do it vanilla, and then you do the DLC because that's added on to keep the game alive, and then at the end of life, when you're just fucking around with it, do mods. Unless it's something you don't care about. Like, I have a shit ton of mods for Left 4 Dead 2 because it's formulaic and who gives a fuck? I'm not trying to do anything.
Right.
I mean, plus, he was modding the old version. Like I said, their newer one is exclusive. You can only do anything with their approval. They know what they're getting into from the get-go. This is an older one that, they didn't really have the tight wraps on it that they do now.
Yeah.
So I think if he's going to bitch about it, he won't be bitching when, later. But, when the newer game comes out, but whatever.
All right, let's move on. This is Dumpy and the Bethesda podcast. Let's move on.
Yeah.
So the proton packs.
Here's some Ghostbusters news, Frank. Here's some more gaming news here. Fake Pokemon Go app on Google Play infects phones with screenlocker.
Uh-oh.
It's a Pokemon Go Ultimate requires battery removal or device manager to be uninstalled. They got a picture of the Android like laying on its back.
Operation.
Hanging out. Badware purveyors trying to capitalize on the ongoing Pokemon Go frenzy have achieved an important milestone by sneaking their fake wares into the official Google Play marketplace security researchers said on Friday. Researchers from antivirus provider ESET reported finding at least 3 such apps in a Google-hosted marketplace. Of the 3, the one titled Pokémon Go Ultimate. Oh, what was that?
Did you unplug something?
No.
Oh,
It posed the biggest threat because it deliberately locks the screen of devices immediately after being installed. In many cases, restarting or restarting an infected phone isn't enough to unlock the screen. Infected phones can ultimately be unlocked either by removing the battery or by using the Android device manager. Yeah, like usually when I search for like a specific app or whatever, like you only really should be able to read like the first couple apps that come up on your search. Like after that, like you shouldn't really even bother with the ones later on down the line because those ones probably suck or are fake and get viruses and stuff, you know.
yeah, it's sad that this was in the official Play Store, though.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, that's one way that probably helps. Like, I searched Pokemon Go, and like the first one is probably there's probably only one app that you're gonna want to use, and that's gonna be the first one, you know.
Well, I mean, remember that whole situation with Facebook where somebody's post about Facebook was the highest Google search term for Facebook for a while? So people kept posting comments on the page going, I don't like the new Facebook design. It sucks. I can't get into my account. This is not Facebook.com. Please stop going to Google to find Facebook.
Remember when the App Store for iPhones had just a bunch of apps to make fart noises?
Yeah.
And they said, we're not doing any more fart noise apps. Please stop.
The iFart app.
Well, me and Ben have talked about that countless times about, you know, the exclusivity of the Apple Store, but that's what you should know. That's what you're getting, though. That when you have an Apple device, so I mean.
Okay, what other story we got?
Okay. Well, I mean, are you guys big Pokemon Go fans?
No.
Nope.
No. You
Don't
haven't
give a
gotten you haven't gotten the bug yet?
No yet.
No, don't.
I've got one Pikachu over here because I had it for free, and I got a couple other characters I don't even recognize. And I figured they'd fit in here because this is a nerd cave, but that's about it. I'm not a player. What about you, Ian?
Okay.
Did the bug bite you?
Like, I downloaded it for Nate because like he's got a phone, but he doesn't have like a data plan. He has a couple of smartphones that he just uses on Wi-Fi. And I think he's got like a basic phone he can text and make calls with, but he doesn't actually have a data plan. And so he's gonna finally be getting a decent T-Mobile phone plan, which is who I have is T-Mobile.
Oh yeah, you need data.
And so he's actually getting a phone plan just so he can play Pokemon Go because it needs data.
I can't say anything. I built a computer just to play Fallout 4. So who am I? I built a computer just to give them my money and then buy merchandise. Smart thinking.
Yeah.
But hey, you know, and we make fun of Nintendo because hey, it's a dumb little console. It can't do what PlayStation, Xbox, and that does. Think about it, though. You know, you can either play your shit on PS4, you can play it on Xbox, you can play Windows. But if you want the latest Mario games, you got to get a goddamn Nintendo.
Well, also think about the Nintendo. They announced that they're bringing in that mini NES.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that. What do you guys think about that thing?
And it's like people are going,
I want it.
People are like, it's so cute. I want
People
it.
are okay. I saw a thing on this on the tech. They're like, what? You know, you could do this with a Raspberry Pi. I'm like, yeah, but I don't want to. I want to just buy it.
I want it to have that official Nintendo stamp, and I just want it done, and I want to have the control for in case I ever decide to get a Wii U, which I probably won't, you know, just in case.
No, it doesn't work with just regular Wii, like the.
Maybe. I haven't really looked into it because all I've seen is the cute pic of it, and everyone going, I want. Shut up, take my money.
It's like the little mini Sega Genesis that they came out with, but on steroids. I want that.
Well, they said like it's gonna have like all the pre-installed games on there or whatever,
30
and
pre-installed games, yeah, and then you can use the controller for the virtual box games on the on your console.
yeah, but the people were wondering like, are you gonna be able to add on games? But since it's a Nintendo, it's likely gonna be no.
No, they want you. That's why the controller will work with your controller so that you can play the fucking games that you can buy again. Think about it.
Right.
They made you buy the virtual games again, and now they're making us buy the NES again. And we're suckers. We're gonna fucking do it.
Well, we're
Yeah, I was
gonna
gonna
do
say
it.
Nintendo is good at making suckers, aren't
I
they?
like that they make us nostalgic just for the NES, and like you could buy this little tiny one because Doug's sitting there with his Vita going, oh, I can play whatever I want on this, and it's like, well, yeah, but then you get this little mini thing. It reminds me when you're 8 years old. Get it? It's like, oh, the nostalgia.
Wife and I went grocery shopping today. I stopped in the aisle and I grabbed a pack of Kool-Aid bursts, or whatever the hell they're called, because they are very reminiscent of Squeeze-Its. And Morgan said, "You're going to drink these in 5 minutes. They're not going to." I'm like, "Yes, I know, but it's $1."
I got you $1.
Do you remember Squeeze-Its, Ian?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Squeeze-Its, but with Kool-Aid. Of course I want those. You fucking kidding me? That's why I want an extra cooler. Reminds me of being 10 years old, sitting around the house watching cartoons. Makes me forget I have pit hills.
Baby, wanna live in my 10-year-old body.
Oh, I get off work. I want to sit and I want to watch DuckTales and Tailspin and drink Ecto Cooler. I mean that's a fucking day right there, man.
Woo. Well, they're bringing back DuckTales, Frank. So
Shut up.
I'm just saying.
Shut up.
Can you imagine
For
the
real?
next Disney? Oh, no, don't you remember DuckTales 2017? We talked about it because the voice of Scrooge McDuck passed away recently. They released one image of what it's going to look like, or at least a thing for it. I don't know if the designs are going to look like that, but
No, I'm gonna Google it now while you're talking. So what else you got, Ian? Here we got another story.
Yeah, I got one. Since I got some gaming, I had some gaming ones for you, Frank. I got one for Ben here.
Oh
Hasbro
no.
gets serious about animation with acquisition of Ireland's Boulder Media.
ooh.
Toy maker Hasbro is expanding its TV and feature animation capacity with the purchase of one of Ireland's largest animation studios, Dublin-based Boulder Media. Terms of the deal, which was announced yesterday, have not been disclosed. Boulder may not be a household name, but its shows will be familiar to all. The company has animated projects for many of the majors, including Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, Disney, and the BBC. The studio is currently in production on Go, Jetters, CBeebies, and Danger Mouse. BBC in the past has animated shows such as Wander Over Yonder from Disney, El Tigre from Nick, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, which is Cartoon Network, The Amazing World of Gumball, Cartoon Network, and Randy Cunningham, Ninth Grade Ninja from Disney. In their announcement of the acquisition, Hasbro indicated that Boulder will continue to animate series for third-party clients in addition to working on Hasbro's in-house projects. At Hasbro, we're building our brands through storytelling, and today we're telling richer stories across more platforms than ever before, said Brian Goldner, Hasbro's chairman, CEO, and president. We're also reinventing traditional modalities of animation production, both creatively and financially. With Boulder, we will deliver the highest quality animation that will engage our audiences with deep storytelling and great characters in a very cost-efficient manner, quote unquote. Founded in 2000 by Robert Cohen, Boulder employs approximately 150 full-time staffers. The company will retain its brand and report to Stephen Davis, who leads Hasbro's entertainment and consumer products licensing division. Yeah.
Hmm.
It just goes on about what Hasbro has, but yeah.
Well, we know Hasbro. We know Transformers. We know all that stuff from. I think it's interesting to see. It's like, oh hey, this toy company they've acquired an animation studio. Ah, memories,
Oh,
man.
oh,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes because,
oh.
Yeah.
what, Frank?
That other headline over on the side there, the breaking news: Universal was making a live action / CG Woody Woodpecker feature.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Okay.
The image is horrifying
Yeah. Well.
for Brazilians.
Um.
That's the
A
other part.
Brazilian. Woody Woodpecker has a Brazilian. What? So anyway, but yeah, I like as long as it doesn't hurt the output of Boulder and it gives them, I'm sure that being acquired gives them more security and money to do things and more access to properties and whatnot. So
Yeah.
I think it could be good. I mean, the thing is, a lot some people are going to complain and go, oh no, toy companies getting in bed with animated cartoons. It's going to be 80s and 90s. Oh, okay, that's what people want.
Yeah.
I mean, would you not want to see like a whole bunch of new cartoons on TV and then that fall go to the store and there's all these toys and your kids are just like, I want them. Yes, go for it. It was the best. Everybody wants that again. Bring it on. Bring it on.
90s were so awesome because it's like the 90s were like a transition of technology, At least that's how it seemed like to me, of a stepping stone to the future, kind of, where we are today.
I'm not your stepping stone. Okay,
Stepping stone.
I got no comment on this story. So what's the next one?
You don't have any deep insights on the story, Frank?
It's a cartoon crew. Let's see. Hasbro. The
Do you think this is a good business model for both companies?
Hey!
Hey, he's vertical.
oh,
Oh, there he goes.
hey, oh.
Hey! Oh! Hey!
He's got like the serious poker face on him, man.
You can't see his face.
What's up, Doug?
Boom! What's up, bitches?
What's up?
You tuned in just in time for us reading this story from Cartoon Brew.
Yes.
Well, number one, fuck Cartoon Brew. Number two, fuck Cartoon Brew. And number three, as expected, fuck Ghostbusters too. How about that?
And number 4, Subway Eat Fresh.
Yes.
Well,
We are eating
it's
fresh
good.
today. And by the way, if you stop into your local Subway right now in the state of Ohio, you can get a 44-ounce Subway drink with the Indians
Holy
logo
shit.
on it for only,
did you-
I think it's like $3.99.
Did you watch the Indians game yesterday, Doug?
I did not. I was actually working at the time.
I didn't. I saw half of it, and then it got a rain delay, and I'm like, damn it. It was at the 11th.
Coincidentally,
Yeah.
Got a ponytail today.
is that mine? Is that mine? No, it's not mine. That's yours. But yeah.
Well, it's good that you came on the show, Doug, because Ben was giving us his opinions on the Ghostbuster movie that he saw.
Yeah, well, it's just unfortunate that he's wrong.
Well, I'm sure the people that tell you what to think, Doug, are really proud of you for saying that. So,
Well, no one tells me what to think. I just know that bullshit, horrid abomination of a movie has no right to exist.
well, I don't know about you, It's okay, Doug. I know you're afraid to see the movie yourself, but I ain't afraid of no ghosts. So,
I ain't afraid of no bullshit. Doesn't mean I'm going to go out and support it.
yeah,
What
well,
kind of
you
stuff
know,
you got there, Doug?
Steak and cheese, double meat with pepperoni. Just how your wife likes it, Frank.
Do you have a diet? Do you have a Diet Coke as you're watching your figure?
Actually,
With that?
no. I have a regular Coke. I'm treating myself one time.
Uh,
I'm going to try to actually go 30 days without pop, and so this is like the last hurrah.
That actually is where you lose a lot of weight. I lost a lot of weight doing that.
We'll see.
You should go 30 days without any caffeinated beverage whatsoever.
Fuck that. I'm having caffeine. I will have tea.
Okay, go sugar free.
Okay, I'm too fat for that. Fuck that.
I can do it. They have sugar-free monsters and stuff.
Ugh. So,
well, anyways, Doug, do you want to give us your 1 second opinions on our previous news article? Valve's finally going after the CS:GO gambling sites that use Steam.
Oh well.
I said it. I don't give a fuck.
Okay. And then there's the second gaming one is why some people have accused Bethesda of ripping off a mod. So this guy made a mod for New Vegas, and he's complaining that they could be ripping off his mod for some
Fallout
DLC for Fallout 4.
Tears. Okay, he's making tears.
He's doing like that gorilla in Congo. Cry.
What's your other story, Ian? That
Okay, fake Pokemon Go app on Google Play infects phones with a screen locker.
Oh wait, sorry.
don't you play Pokemon Go, Doug?
Yes, I do. I just caught a ponytail today.
But he doesn't have an Android phone, Frank, remember?
Yeah, he's gonna say that's your problem with the Android is the problem, right?
Yeah, pretty much. You put up it actually. This is actually more of people not paying attention than Android's fault, because all you have to do is go into the app information and it will tell you who made the app.
Well, that's what I was trying to say. Like whenever I search for an app, for official apps, it's always going to be the first one, and that's how it is for the Pokemon Go. It's the very first app. People were downloading some app called Pokemon Go Ultimate or some shit, and
Don't make a joke.
Oh, it's ultimate, all right. It's ultimately fucking your phone up. It's ultimately destroying what little information that you had that was secure on your piece of shit Android phone to begin with, and it's ultimately making Android look so much worse than it already does compared to Apple. So there you go.
Well, wait a minute, is Pokemon Go on Apple yet?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay.
But you know what? At least Android is better than a piece of shit Windows phone. I would rather have a Droid phone than a Windows phone.
Pokemon Go went live in Canada an hour ago.
Ooh, that ought to be interesting.
What?
Pokemon Go went live in Canada 1 hour ago.
Yeah, I've had Canadian friends tweeting about it.
So instead of evolutions of Pokemon, they're going to have evolutions.
Okay.
Well,
What's the other story we're at now, Ian?
Remember Sparky next time.
Okay. So this is about Google's ad business breaches EU rules, says antitrust chief.
Looks like she's
Well,
falling apart.
That's a woman.
Well, if a man
Google
dresses like
Rex.
that,
Danny DeVito, it's a woman. That's the jokes that movie stuck. Anyway.
So Google has been hit with a brace of fresh charges in the European Commission's long-running antitrust case against the search and ad giant. Brussels' competition chief, Margaret Vestager, confirmed that her office would reinforce the first Google case on search relating to price comparison by issuing, as rumored earlier this week, a supplementary statement of objections against the company. Google also faces another round of charges against its dominant business practices in Europe relating to its ad placements on its own sites and that of third-party websites. The Commission said in a preliminary decision that Google's AdSense had breached EU antitrust rules in relation to its exclusivity contract with a limited number of the largest third-party websites, so-called direct partners. Dominance is not a problem under EU law. You can be big, however, it is illegal to abuse a powerful market position, Bethesda said. The EC said in the statement that the Commission takes the preliminary view that the practices which have been in place for 10 years hinder competition on this commercially important market. The statement of objections takes issue with the exclusivity practice as from 2006. This was gradually replaced from 2009 in most contracts by the requirement of premium placement, minimum ads, and the right for Google to authorize competing ads. The Commission is concerned that the practices have artificially reduced choice and stifled innovation in the market throughout the period. They have artificially reduced the opportunities for Google's competitors on this commercially important market, and therefore the ability of third-party websites to invest in providing consumers with choice and innovative services. The Commission takes note that in content of its antitrust proceedings, Google has recently decided to change the conditions of it in its AdSense contracts with direct partners to give them more freedom to display competing search ads. The Commission will closely monitor these changes in Google's practices to assess how they will impact the market. So pretty much Google is like getting into international hot water.
Oh no!
Yeah, I was clicking on Doug the whole time, but
I prefer the article over to the right there. Does Snapchat's lenses feature violate Illinois' biometrics law?
I was thinking about doing that actually, but I don't know. I mean, I was reading that it pretty much just said that it was like it just was in violation of some Illinois laws about since they had to overlay things, they had to scan some specific biometric things on your face, and I guess that was illegal in Illinois or whatever. So
Yeah, geotagging and all that, by facial recognition and all that.
geotagging has to do with maps, man.
It didn't. Hold on. It was tagging. Hold on. There was another article that was linked in there. Oh, using tag suggestions. Where's the damn thing?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Frank is a Moron podcast.
Oh, hey, it's the Doug is a Douche podcast, episode 2.
Will you two just make out already? We're on the edge of our seats.
Shut up, bitch buster.
I'm sorry you couldn't be bothered to finish that sentence, so I'm just gonna no.
Listen here, Fallout Ben.
Now, see, Doug, I would ask how your sub is, but I know you have to check with Angry Joe first to find out how you feel about it. And
It's wonderful.
Okay, so that's the
It's
news.
delicious.
Yeah.
News. With news.
Well, it says
Ted Cruz.
Snapchat spokesman Noah Edwardson emailed IRS with this statement. Contrary to the claims of this frivolous lawsuit, we are very careful not to collect, store, or obtain any biometric data or identifiers about our community. Bullshit. Anyways, what's your opinion though, Ben, about the Google's some more of their Google shit, man?
You talking about Google reaching out and taking over the world?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you do have to be careful with trusts and monopolies and all that fun stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
The thing is, we all use Google and their products because they're easily available and they work for the most part. So, but by the same token, we can't just always use Google, because what do we do if one day they say, hey, guess what? You gotta pay us $5 a day now to use the search engine. You gotta use it for this. if they decide to change stuff, what are we gonna do? You know, it's
Go
like,
to Yahoo.
it's like, hey, we've got this great Gmail, and guess what? You got to pay for it now. Well, it's like it works so great. I might as well just stick with it. You know. But I mean, by the same token, Google also launches stuff and then shuts it down when they lose interest or can't make any money in it fast enough. So, I mean, remember Google Wave, Google Buzz? Remember Google Plus when that was the thing?
Remember back in the day when you had to use a Google Plus account to log into that YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you don't got to do that no more.
Okay,
No?
so what trivia are we going with today?
Well, hold on. Did you have any? Was there any news that you were? Anything
No.
you were wanting to talk about, Doug? Doug, whom I was talking to.
Well, I'm sorry, I was the co-host of the show. I thought maybe I would be the one.
Well, when you say when you say whom, that means that the person you're speaking to is unknown. But when you define that as Doug, you mean who I'm speaking to.
Hey, Ben, fuck off.
Again, yes, I was. Thank you, Frank.
Excuse me.
I was talking to Doug.
Don't be a hater, gentlemen.
Once upon a time, not too long ago, this movie came out that generally people didn't like. And we all know what movie I'm talking about.
Shawshank Redemption, which had to make its money in DVD sales and TV airings later on.
Actually, no, I wasn't talking about Shawshank Redemption.
I'm just trying to say, just because a thing didn't do well when it came out, doesn't mean it was a bad movie.
Well, technically, when you have the people who are supposed to be going to watch it think it sucks, and the people who like it are underneath the demographic of what you're talking about, what I'm talking about is something different. No one's talking about that shitbag Ghostbusters movie.
So Doug's saying the nerds are going to go out to see the movie they want to see, like Scott Pilgrim, right? That's it. That's what the studios want. They want to put all this money into a movie that the nerds say they want to go see, and then they don't.
That's just it. None of the nerds said they wanted to go see the shitbag movie. With a bunch of shitbag dipshit actresses. And I quantified Chris Hemsworth as an actress. He's lost my respect. He has to gain that back in the next Thor movie. Anyway, that's not the movie I'm actually talking about.
You know, if it doesn't have Doug's respect, he can't be in the Marvel movie. It's a byline.
Hey, move aside.
I've stepped aside waiting for you to finish your story, but it keeps just going.
So, the movie that I'm talking about came out in the 70s. It's called The Rocky Horror Picture Show. The movie that's coming out in October on Fox is also The Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Looks like shit.
Looks like total booty. Booty. Now,
Booty, rocking everywhere.
no, there is no booty rocking everywhere. It just looks like booty. And I'm not talking about bootios. I'm talking about straight booty.
Now, what are your thoughts on the Rocky Horror Picture Show 2? Because they did do a sequel.
Yeah, I own Shock Treatment. That's on my top 10 list of movies. That movie was actually extremely before its time as it pertains to teaching us exactly what things like reality TV would turn into.
Well, you also highly praise Ilsa She-Wolf the SS, so...
Yeah, and you put high praise on some dirtbag cartoon movies too, so...
Yes. Dirtbag.
But then again, you also...
Like what?
You also read Cartoon Brew, so that just kind of validates everything.
You know, the Cartoon Brew stories that we've been covering on this show have come from me, and I haven't been bringing any news stories. So.
Yeah, I've been doing them to appease you.
See,
say what you want, guys.
Here's what I expect from when it comes to the show. Frank talks about bullshit. Ian talks about 3D printing, and Ben talks about Cartoon Brew.
And Doug's just sitting there jacking it the whole time.
Doug's talking about leg day.
And Doug is eating a sandwich, so...
Yeah, he's talking about leg day while he's eating a sandwich.
There's some leg in that sandwich.
But anyway, going back to
No.
my original story, there's a lot of backlash for the remake that's coming up in October because of how it looks and how it sounds. Um, I don't have specifically have a new story to pop into chat, but all you have to do is take a look at whenever they make a new post for like a trailer for it, because it's a made-for-TV movie, not something they're dropping in theaters, about how unhappy most people are with it.
Yeah.
I honestly believe that the fact that they're making it for TV takes away all of the bite that the original had. Because you can't do half the shit that was in the original movie in the made-for-TV version.
What channel is it supposed to be on?
Fox.
Oh, well, that's why. I mean, to be fair, if this was like an AMC production, yeah, it'd be brilliant. But
Yeah, it's gonna be a turd.
Yeah, it's gonna suck.
Maybe they saw how many people watched the stupid Glee Rocky Horror Picture thing, and they said, "Hey, there we go."
Number one, how dare you bring that up in my presence?
You're not here, so it's not your presence. Number two, what?
this
Number
ain't
two.
Christmas time. None of you guys get presents.
Shut up, cockboy.
Look here, fart knocker.
Cockboy. Cockboy.
Yeah.
I'll have
say
you know
that
I'm
because
cock
you have
man.
nothing to
Thank
come
you very
back
much. Do 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 do.
Okay, so what trivia are we going with today, Ian? God damn it.
Yeah, what do you guys want to do?
How about some Google
Let's do geography
trivia?
trivia. No one knows anything.
Hey, how about you actually do Ghostbusters, the game, the real Ghostbusters 3?
Have you played the Ghostbusters game from 2010, Doug?
It is fucking phenomenal. Yes.
I own it.
I've got it. I beat it multiple times.
Then your standard should be higher.
Then what? I mean, there is currently a Ghostbusters game out, so.
What's your trivia gonna be? Because as I stated last week, this is a number one contendership match.
Whoa, and I won. I won the last time. I forgot.
I won the last time. Thank you very much.
You weren't on the last time,
you weren't
Doug.
here.
Frank won. So
I won.
now you've got to beat Frank to keep your title.
What was the subject anyway last week? I forget.
Made up bullshit, something or other.
I don't remember. Wasn't it like? I don't even fucking remember. But yeah, I won. So I'm the man. Yeah.
You're the wool man.
Well, that's because you are what you eat.
Oh, is that why I'm the you? No, wait. Which one of us is the shit? You eat pieces of shit for breakfast? No.
What? No. Okay. Ian?
Yeah.
Ian?
Yeah.
I'm
Are you there?
I'm here. I'm trying to think what we should do.
Ghostbusters. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na-na. See the things run through your head.
I feel like we should, like, if we just do a...
It should be a hard one if it's a Ghostbusters trivia.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters!
Ghostbusters!
Fail. Fail.
Anyway.
Certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. Certified shit in theaters. And you know what? Week 2 is not going to give it any favors because coming up this weekend, you have the newest Ice Age movie, and you have Star Trek Beyond. So,
You got lights out.
Lights Out, the horror movie that's coming out this weekend. So it is going to get fucked so hard.
And Doug sure knows a thing about getting food. So how's the trivia search going, Ian?
It's going to be next week by the time this shit comes out.
Well, there's no tough though on there.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the TNT podcast.
Monday Night Raw.
Actually waiting for SmackDown this week. That's when the draft is.
Which one was on TNT back in the day? Wasn't one of them?
Nitro.
Frank, hey Frank, why don't you show Doug what your logo is going to be for the show?
No, I already closed all that crap out.
Aw.
It's an oval with the letters TNT on it.
Wow, that's not gimmick infringement at all.
Huh?
Huh?
He called you a pussy, Frank. That's what he did. Fight him. Oh, man.
Come on, Janky Frankie, let's pull it up.
That's what she said.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Ah!
Nobody wants to see that, Frank, including your wife.
Come on, Ian.
Or do you want to go with an average Ghostbusters?
I don't care, Ben.
If you guys want, I mean, I'm going to beat y'all, so...
You know, be so.
You know what? Just to piss off Ben. Hey, Frank.
Oh, yeah, that's...
Guess what?
What?
I concede.
Oh. I am the greatest.
Franklin
Are you the greatest?
is the new trivia champion. And now Ben is going to have to win this to even get a shot at the title.
Yeah, we'll do this one.
Da,
Oh, no, that one's easy.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, here you go.
Oh,
Here you go,
okay, this is a
Frank.
good one.
Here you go, Frank. Do this to the screen. Just do this. Finger poke of doom. Oh, you win! Oh, you win! First time Frank's ever heard someone say you win after poking him.
Oh,
Really?
got it.
All right, we'll do this quotes from Ghostbusters because that might be a little bit harder. So yeah.
And like every week, Anita goes, really? Really?
Dang, damn it.
Really?
Okay. Who's gonna read this shit?
Frank or Doug?
I got out on the bigger screen so I can read it. Doug can't see. He's on a phone.
Well, Doug can't do it. You know he can't read.
I'm gonna learn to read. Hold on, let me flip over to Ian. Okay. All right, I'm going to turn over the next card. Concentrate. I want you to tell me what you think it is. Choose the character who said this quote from these multiple choices. Dr. Egon Spangler, Dr. Peter Venkman, Dr. Raymond Stantz, or Winston Zedmore.
Ian, this would be you.
Okay, that would be Bill Murray.
Yes, that was Peter Venkman.
Venkman?
Yes.
Dr. Venkman.
Brinkman.
Kiss. Yep. So I think we all said that.
Yep.
So this is probably going to be a four-way tie here, but
Alice, I'm going to ask you a couple of standard questions, okay? Have you or any of your family been diagnosed schizophrenic, mentally incompetent? Choose the character who said this quote from these multiple choices. Dr. P. Raymond, Dr. Raymond Stantz, Dr. Egon Spengler, or Winston Zedman?
And this would be me, huh? Hmm. These are the options. I'm going to say Dr. Raymond Stantz.
I'll go with Ray.
I go with Ray as well.
Ray. Ray.
I had an uncle who thought he was Napoleon.
I'm going with Ray. Okay.
He is a drop of golden sun.
Oh, it's Peter.
Pants.
So nobody got that. Nobody got that one.
Nope, we all picked
Two.
Ray.
2 Bill Murray quotes in a row? Seems a little odd for a...
Yeah.
It's like they were setting you up to do it. Okay, scroll down so I can read the next one there.
Why you gotta Urbance that, man?
You've never been out of college. You don't know what it's like out there. I've worked in the private sector. They expect results. Choose the character who said this quote for the multiple choices. Dr. Raymond Stantz, Dr. Egon Spengler, Dr. Peter Venkman, or Janine Militz.
this one was yours.
Damn, I haven't seen the movie in ages. Oh, shit. I will go with Janine.
Franklin?
Doug, what was the movie?
Ghostbusters.
Just because they're fucking with us, I'm going to say Peter
Janine was the
Venkman.
secretary.
Hmm?
Janine was the name of the
Yeah.
And Ian, which one are you going with?
I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Ray. I love Ray so much.
Yeah, that was Ray. That's when they were
Yeah,
talking
Ray.
about it, and Venkman was drinking the whiskey or whatever it was out of the flask, or maybe it was a bottle. I think it was a bottle.
You're not going to lose the house. Everybody has 3 mortgages nowadays. Dr. Egon Spengler, Winston Zedmore, Dr. Raymond Stantz, or Dr. Peter Venkman.
And this would be Frank's turn.
Frankie. Now I, Ray Vigo, shall rule the earth.
Once again, I'm going to say Peter Venkman.
Ian?
I'm gonna say I hate
Eon.
when people call me that. It's not my name.
Egon.
Hey, people call me Ethan.
Ethan?
Yeah. I swear to God, that's what people
I've
mess
heard
up my
people-
name with too.
I've heard people mess up. My last name is Thomas. I don't know how.
I had a boss call me Tom for a while, and I said, no, my name's not Tom, it's Frank. And he was introducing me to people. So this is Tom. I'm like, no,
He
my
wants
name
your
is...
name to be Tom, okay?
So someone's like, man, his name's Frank. Where was I get Tom from? I said, my last name's Thompson. I don't know where I got Tom. I'm like, yeah, I don't either.
So which one did you go with, Ian?
Oh, I remember this scene. I remember they were walking when they said this. This is when they were trying to pick out the. They were trying to get money for the new place.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll say Venkman.
Yeah, that was Venkman because it was. I was born in that house. I grew up in that house. Everybody
Yeah,
has
so it's
great
Venkman.
mortgages nowadays.
Or
Once you know the interest that
Would-
comes to how much a loan.
Choose the form of the
Is-
destroyer.
what did you guys say that was? That was Egon.
No, I said that was Venkman.
Oh,
Venkman.
okay.
I said Venkman.
Yeah, I think that was Venkman.
Peter Venkman.
So you going with that too, Frank?
I said it's Bill fucking Murray.
Okay. Yeah. So we all got that one.
Yay!
Yeah. Yay!
Bill Murray praised us all.
Wow, this place is great. When can we move in? You gotta try this pole. I'm gonna get my stuff. Hey, we should stay here tonight. Sleep here, to try it out. Peter Venkman, Janine, Egon Spengler, or Dr. Raymond Stantz.
And this would be Ian.
Oh yeah, this is definitely Ray because he was all excited about that shit, man.
You guys gotta try
Yeah.
this poll. Definitely
Yep,
Ray.
it's Ray.
Yeah, that's right.
Ray. Ray.
Okay. Are you saying that too, Frank?
I said it. Yes.
Ray.
Okay. Yeah, it was Ray.
Choose the form of the destroyer, Melissa McCarthy.
I collect spores, molds, and fungus. Janine, Dr. Raymond Stantz, Dr. Egon Spengler, or Dr. Peter Bain.
That would be Egon.
I was gonna say Egon.
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 Egon, but not forgotten. Harold Ramis.
Eon be gone.
You know, he couldn't do a cameo in the movie,
Egon.
but they did have a statue of him in the background.
That's great, man.
Did they get Eddie Murphy for the special effects too?
Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, you know, because it's all Haunted Mansion bullshit. Looks like some crappy Scooby-Doo effects.
I'm sorry, Doug. Why don't you whip that out on your computer and make a much better movie? And
Hey, anything to make something that's booty a little bit better.
Booty, booty, booty.
how's your movie coming along, Doug?
Actually,
Speaking of booty,
a little bit better than yours is.
which one?
All of them.
Okay, so is everyone saying it's Egon?
It's
Yeah.
Eon. It's Eon be gone.
Yep. Okay.
That's the bedroom.
I already
Nothing
know.
ever happened in there. Dana Barrett, Louis Tully, Dr. Raymond Stantz, or Janine.
And this would be Doug.
Louis Tully?
Nah, that one is definitely Dana when she was trying to show Peter the
And Peter goes,
like, her
"That's a
place and
shame."
stuff. Yeah.
Such a
Uh,
shame.
I say
Yeah,
Dana
and-
Barrett.
Like I said, I haven't watched the damn movie in years, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Is it on Netflix?
Oh!
Both of them are.
Oh! You can actually get it pretty cheap on Blu-ray and DVD. You get them in a double pack, the 1 and 2.
I got them on the pack that included a few episodes of Real Ghostbusters, but then I bought the entire series of Real Ghostbusters.
You know, you don't act like a scientist. You're more like a game show host. Dr. Raymond Stantz, Dana Barrett, Walter Peck, or Janine.
And this would be Frank.
Oh, it's mine? Okay. Walter Peck?
Ian.
Okay.
M.
Yeah, that's definitely Walter Peck.
And okay, well, you guys are wrong. That's Dana Barrett.
That is correct, Your Honor. This man has no dick. That'd be Walter Peck.
Well, all right, guys, say what you want, but you're all saying it's Walter Peck. Go ahead.
And the
It's
answer is...
Da 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 da. It happens.
Well, he's the Peck guy. He said something similar, like about him being like a scientist. He doesn't seem like a scientist or whatever, you know. So.
So Ben got that one.
Ben
yeah.
actually knows something when he tells you he knows something.
What is the magic word,
Yeah.
Mr. Pickman? Janine, Dana Barrett, Walter Peck, or Dr. Raymond Stantz?
Whose turn is it?
It's mine.
Okay.
Shit.
I mean, I know this
Dana.
one too. I know this one too, so I'll let you guys all go.
I'll say Dana.
I say Raymond.
Oh no, we're up here. What is the map? Oh yeah, that one is pegged this time.
That's Walter Peck. What is the magic word, Mr. Bankman? Please.
Is that what everybody went with already? I'm sorry, I'm kind of
No,
distracted.
I went with Dana.
I went
What
with
is-
Ray.
Oh, okay.
Are you
Oh
done?
yeah, we had to go to the next one.
Coach, I've got it.
Oh.
No,
what
I
was
got
that?
it. No,
No, hold on.
we were,
no,
we were
no.
on the last one. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Come on.
But you'll see, it was actually Walter Peck.
Oh.
So it was me and Ben. We got that one.
Mm.
Okay. Oh yeah,
You're
I
so-
already know this one.
You're so kind to take care of that man. You know, you're a real humanitarian. Dan Barrett, Janine, Louis Tully, or Winston Zedmore.
That'd be Frank.
Oh, it's my turn?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll say Dana Barrett.
Ian?
That one is Janine
Yep,
talking
that's
about
Janine.
the Keymaster.
Janine.
Talking about the Keymaster.
I'm the gatekeeper. You're the keymaster.
Okay. Yep. So who all got that? It was me, Ben, and did you say that too, Frank?
No.
I got it.
Okay. Oh, did you get it, Doug?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, done that.
This is 15. Do you want to keep doing all
Okay,
15 of these
let's-
then?
Might as well.
This city is headed for a disaster of biblical proportions. Hint, this is said by the same Ghostbuster as the one who initially investigated Dana's apartment. Raymond Stantz, Peter Bateman, Egon Spengler, or Winston Zedmore.
Leave the time one, Ian, because we don't want to.
Yeah.
Okay, it's your turn.
This one is Peter. Cats and dogs living together. Mass hysteria.
Bill
I'll
Murray.
I'll say Egon.
Yep.
Bill fucking Murray.
What? You know that's okay. We don't have to give you a point. Yep. How could you not remember that quote though? That was like
Because I don't care.
He doesn't care that I'm going to win the title ship from everybody.
Oh, I didn't hear Frank say this was a title match. Oh!
Oh.
Oh! Oh!
So anyway, go on, Franklin.
If I'm wrong, nothing happens. We go to jail. Peacefully, quietly, we'll enjoy it. But if I'm right, and we can stop this thing, Lenny, you will have saved the lives of millions of registered voters. Egon, Peter Bateman, Raymond Stantz, or Winston Zedmore.
The fuck, is this the Bill Murray show?
Yeah.
Well, that's
That's-
basically what the movie was. So,
Yeah, Bill Murray.
Bill Murray, that funny Murray. Which one do you think it is, Ian?
Oh yeah, that was definitely
Sounds
Peter.
about right.
Go
Why?
quietly, we'll enjoy it.
Really?
That was when they were in jail.
Oh, okay.
That's
Well,
when they were in the
trying
mayor's
to get out of
office.
jail.
Oh, that was when they were
They were in the mayor's
yeah.
office. Because
Yeah.
afterwards he's like, Dickless here.
I'll eat it.
It's like, yes, Your Honor, it's true. This man has no dick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill you, son of a
I
bitch.
brought you Dr. Pepper.
Okay, so who went? What did you go with, Ben?
We all went with Bill Murray.
Oh, okay, cool. Yep.
Yes.
I'm actually going to pop out, guys. I gotta go for the night.
Oh,
You can't
Oh,
take the beating that bad. I'm sorry.
Just remember, say your prayers, take your vitamins. Don't go see that new piece of shit Ghostbusters movie, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good night, everybody.
all right. See you, Doug.
you too, man.
Deuces.
Bye.
Boy.
That guy's a dick.
Yes, Your Honor. That guy has no dick.
Well, he wouldn't have been able to catch up anyways.
Yeah. So it looks like it's you guys are as close as thing's gonna go. So I'll let you guys battle it out. Ray, if someone asks if you are a god, you say yes. Hint: the speaker is the newest member of the Ghostbuster team. Really? Really? Winston Zedmore, Egon, Dana, or Walter Peck?
Ian?
Seriously? Seriously?
No, I'm not having trouble with this. I'm just, I'm trying to text my girlfriend. She's some issues going on. Yeah, that would be Winston
That would be Winston.
Zedmore. Yeah,
He was the most recent member, so yeah.
yeah. So, yeah, no, that's amazing.
We can see
So we got
running through
we all
your
got that.
head.
I'll give Frank one anyways.
Who are you gonna call?
I tried to think of the most. Where are you going? Skip one. I tried to think of the most harmless thing, something I had left from my childhood, something that could never ever possibly destroy us. Mr. Stay Puft. Peter Van Winston, or Egon, or Ray.
Well, obviously that was Ray.
Yeah, that was Ray.
Yep, that was Ray.
That was totally Ray.
It was, Ray. Yeah.
Oh boy. I gotta get this last one then.
I love this town. Mrs. Zedmore, Louis Tully, Dr. Bateman, or Dana Barrett.
It looks like I'm probably gonna lose now because we're all gonna get this right. But it was Winston.
I'll say Winston.
Were you waiting on my answer? 'Cause I thought I would.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what you would say, Frank.
Bill fucking Murray.
Well, I was only going to you just to show that you have some decent knowledge, but if you want to screw it up, that's cool.
But you don't have to give me a point.
And it was Winston. And can't monetize this video
Well,
because we're gonna get hit with copyright.
looks like Ben pulled out his gas.
Yep.
What's that, folks? Ben actually knows something. Feels great to be the winner, the best in the world.
Won't it ever bring you down?
Anyway,
Yeah, thanks for coming on, Ben, and thanks to Doug who had to skedaddle.
yeah, well, you know, just remember, folks, Ghostbusters is a good movie, and I mean,
Yeah, 1984, it sure was great, wasn't it?
I mean, I'm sure Doug ate fresh, but his opinion, not so much. The new one, good movie, and
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on, Ben. We might have you back next time. Who knows?
oh, you might not have me back. Maybe I'll just walk around naked and just say, whatever, them fellas. let me
Walk
throw
around,
a
go,
show
what did I
together."
do? Why did they bring me back?
Nah, Frank will be sitting there going, why can't I make this logo correct? How come I don't know these things? It's like this guy who ran the show before us knew what he was doing.
No. I like your glamour shot there, Ian. Is that the one you put on
Hey.
your profile to, hey girl, you want to join this guy in this bed right here? This pillow right behind my head. I'm so comfortable. You want to join?
Hey,
Wanna
girl.
join?
You trying
Hey,
to smash
girl.
Mr. Steal Your
Hey,
Girl? We got Ian, Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Yeah. I'll steal your girl.
But thanks for coming on, having some fun. I'll have to work on some shit and let you know what I can come up with.
Yeah, get on that border for the logo.
Guys, I have this brilliant idea for the logo now.
Border.
It's this giant M with a T and a V next to it. Now, I don't know how it relates to our show, but I know it's going to be brilliant.
You're gonna
Yeah.
now, Ian. Are you gonna download GIMP now and show me how to do things?
What? I haven't used GIMP. What kind of? Can you open up, like, import a GIMP file into Photoshop?
I don't know. It saves when you export. The default thing is like PNG. So I mean,
Yeah. Well, if anything, I could probably do it
it's
with the
free.
PNG.
It's free. It's free. All right.
It's free.
It's
Well-
free.
I guess that'll do us, guys. So on behalf of Doug and everybody else who came on the show, we'll see you on the other side.
Keep your stick on the ice.
Peace.
Boobs.
On the other side.
Boobs. Peace.
Shot of soda.
Yeah, that's okay.
Boobs.
He just cuts out.
Hell.
Oh, sorry. I don't know what's going on.
Professional.
It's so professional.